And so here we go. Yep, stocks is back on. I believe we've got sailboat again from PuffyPuff.
Yeah, and keeping it up, and that's gonna be the first stock already.
Yep, and PuffyPuff still with back-to-back there. Finally gonna end it, I think, over a clean stack preference there. So we got a little bit of hesitation from Deviant here. Doesn't really want to mess up anything too harshly on this last stock. But then again, trying to play a little bit slower does come at the cost of your APM a little bit. So gotta be careful.
And that's a really nice spike from Deviant. Definitely taking advantage of how cheesed up Puff's board was. And Deviant's gonna keep up this back-to-back chain.
Oh, 25 from Puffy, coming back from the respawn there. Definitely formidable size there.
Ooh, that's a big spike. Deviant sees that multiplier, and Puffy's going to survive, but still very, very high up. Deviant looking for a way to finish them off, but not quite fast enough. And those misdrops for Puff! Oh
no! And Puffy's gonna drop game 1 there to Deviant. So Deviant gonna take a lead in the first of 5 set.
Yeah. Taking the first round. Ooh, and that's a lot of back-to-back from Puffy there. But that just sends Deviant a lot of clean to work with. Let's see if they can make something happen. Finding that 16 spike.
Was a bit on the side, so not too much teeth and potential on the down stack, but definitely going to take advantage with a couple Tetrises there.
Yeah, for sure.
As at the very least, both players still have their stock here in hand. As Deviant going to get a little bit greedy there for that T-spin, but manages to pull it off. And hesitating a little bit, trying to think of the best way to combo down through it. Manages to get it done, but not without the cost of the first stock. Did a pretty good job surviving through it for a hot minute. Gonna have a nice spin there for the
that icing was cool. And
everybody
gonna
loves
wait
the
for that
icing.
clean. Definitely employing counter spikes a lot here, but still not quite enough to take it. Puffy can deal with it.
Yep, Puffy is now not quite back to the ground as Deviant is able to send out a couple spikes here and there. But definitely looking pretty nice. Perhaps not. I feel like most of the time I say things, it's just how fast these plays are going. By the time I'm done stating my statement, it is a completely different game state.
Yeah, that's what it's like commentating such fast-paced games. Okay, Deviant, I think, is going to try to build off that 8-1. Trying to just take that stock away. Deviant needs to kind of resolve how even these games are.
There goes. It looks like Puffy tried to take a little bit of a breather there, trying to make sure to counter any garbage. There we go, making sure not to get any pass-through being that high up on the board. And it looks like
Puffy's in a very good position here, but Deviant's going to be able to downstack.
Manages to get
Puffy right back up that misdrop.
No. TB's misdrop. Oh, gonna have to be extra careful now with this down stack. Oh, manages to get through it too as well.
Yeah, very nice survival. Finding that donation, that's gonna be it. Puffy takes round 2.
Oh, it's still 1-1. It's felt like there's been 4 games already with that one. Oh my goodness.
Dude.
And so there we go, we've got another Blitz sailboat opener. And that is going to put quite the pressure onto Deviant there, and that is going to be the first stock.
Yeah, Puffy's definitely establishing their own rhythm here. Sending off a 14 spike to start, but Deviant's going to cancel out most of it and leave themselves with a very clean board.
There we go. Yeah, Puffy was at quite a high back-to-back. Gonna have to abort that plan for the cleanliness of the stack here. Deviant in the middle of a little bit of a down stack here.
Yeah, good combo converting that misdrop very nicely. And yeah, that's gonna give Deviant a pretty clean board here.
Not with another misdrop.
Oh no!
Oh, but both players very high up.
But Puffy finds the pressure in time, and that's gonna be another round.
How did Puffy find 16? They were literally still on line 15 of the stack. Oh my goodness. Just incredible how these players are able to find some of those just insane spikes.
Big spike from Deviant there. Puffy's just gonna utilize that clean, I believe. Trying to wait and find the best spike there.
Yeah, that is interesting though. We didn't really get to see this in any of the winners round sets, but we're seeing a fair bit of waiting just to be careful with the garbage that they receive here in the losers 16th set.
Yeah, and I think Deviant's gonna try to strike there, but Puffy finds a way out of that mishap. Still continuing here. Yeah, I think we're gonna go back to some strategic gameplay though. That misdrop from Deviant, kind of worrisome.
Gonna put them quite high. Gonna have to wait for the pass through. Setting up a T-spin single there to help A, keep back to back, and B, keep up the pressure, or at least prevent from being pressured. Then.
Yeah, and that's a really rough spot for Deviant to get out of, and yeah, Puff is going to wait, setting a 15 spike to start out with.
But there we go, Deviant able to not quite counter spike, but at least combo through a bit of it, but not going to be able to regain any momentum from there.
Yeah, and good stuff to Puff, figuring out that that was the right time to send, especially with those misdrops from Deviant. Bit of a mishap to start out with for Deviant. Gonna have to get through all of this, and barely alive, but still not in a great spot.
Still hasn't had the casualty yet for the first stock. Managing to do so with some very nice down stack, and is still not completely out of the clear, but definitely a little bit more breathing room than way at the top. As right there, a little bit of a counter spike, in fact.
Yeah, good stuff. And yeah, putting PuffyPuff in the disadvantageous spot now. Opting to kind of send off that TSS early simply to build up back-to-back, I believe. Yeah, that's a big spike, 16. But
had to bail on the back-to-back, but I don't think it's a bad idea when your spike is at 16. Puffy pretty high up there. Gonna be able to re-get back-to-back with that mini T-spin. However, they have manages to gotten all the way back down.
Okay, and Deviant finding a bit more here.
And just
trying to look for a spike, I believe. And that hamburger, Deviant's gonna build up a bit more.
Both players just kind of feeling the situation out at the moment. Not really anyone in a terribly advantageous state, but trying to figure out what each player's where it's at. When's the time to strike? When is a good or a bad situation for them? And it looks like Deviant saw the right opportunity to strike. Felt that I think that was a super T-spin double, and immediately cashing out on it.
Yeah, they even had a little bit of a misdrop, but it was still enough. Deviant's gonna try for PCs here. They do know DPC, judging by their blitz, but still not quite fast enough. Puff is gonna be able to get some garbage through.
Yep, so the PC is officially out now, but Initially, looks like Deviant was gonna try and cancel. Saw that Puffy was also waiting, and then try to blitz it a little bit there. Interesting how it's just not one player waiting, but sometimes the scenarios that happen when both players are trying to wait for each other there.
Yeah, those were some unfortunate misdrops on Puff's side, and Deviant's gonna be able to build up a very clean 6-3, trying to build a back-to-back here. But even if it's like really nice pressure, like if it doesn't come in a spike, it's relatively easy to cancel, and yeah, Puff is gonna be able to find enough damage there.
And there we go. Gonna be outward. There we go.
Almost finding the multiplier there. Deviant could not quite get it. And
Close to,
that's
but
a lot of damage. That 29.
19. Just saw the 18 and just kept going. This is a 3-3 set here in the first to 5. The stock count doing wonders for this incredible set here. And there we go. PuffyPuff with, again, yet another sailboat, it looks like. However, it has worked out for him on a couple of occasions, and this one as well, as Deviant is now down the stock. And, sorry. Looks like both players, again, kind of in a neutral standpoint here, as we've seen through a lot of this set specifically with the waiting. Not really taking too much of an edge over each other, but making sure to keep that stack very flexible when need be. And here we go. We've got Puffy with quite a bit of pressure there. Some very clever use with the screen watching, making sure to counter garbage as necessary, but still quite a heavy onslaught from Deviant there. Going to be very hard to make it out through this. Puffy looks like they're on track to do so. Gonna get some very nice down stacking, but with how much garbage they're countering and only letting 2 or 3 lines pass through, that garbage is a bit cheesy. And looks like Deviant had quite a bit of a T-spin build. Gonna push Puffy right back up to the top. And I think that was actually a misdrop there on an eyepiece from Puffy, gonna have a really unfortunate top out. Thankfully the stock's in play, that's not gonna end the game quite yet. But that is going to put them on even playing fields now with Deviant last stock here.
And ooh, that's a nice multiplier for Puffy. Going to help give them some protection after that misdrop.
And looks like we've got Deviant doing pretty well on the lower end of the stack here. Gonna try and cash out, but some pass through happening on sides.
And gravity's starting to kick in, and that's a lot of damage from Deviant. Bringing up the match point here. Could we see an upset?
Well, this would be the first upset of the, I think, top 16. Very well could be. Perhaps that stock rule set working in Deviant's favor, especially with how we saw with Deviant often losing a lot of early stocks. Sailboat, that's a 33-line spike!
Big.
And that's going to be a stock off Puffy. Puffy is
Tournament stock
last shot here to make something happen. You've got 2 T-spins there for Deviant. Trying to set up some more, I think. A little bit too high on the board, gonna have to skim. That's gonna be a stock.
Puffy evens it up a bit. Definitely really needed that. And
especially
so much damage!
Oh no! And the instant clap back from Deviant, that's actually gonna take it there. A 5-3 victory over Puffy to complete the upset, putting the 15 seed Deviant in top.